Hello, welcome to our Friday Prop Talk with IQI Australia Facebook Live. And thank you everyone for taking the time to join us this evening. If you have not crossed paths with IQI Australia is Perth-based sales and marketing real estate agency, which specializes in off-the-plan sales, especially in apartment development, as well as house and land packages. So IQI Australia has established in 2014 and under the name Trident Property Partners. So in 2019, it becomes the first Australian office in the IQI network, a global real estate agency with more than 15,000 agents in 15 countries. So IQI Global is the largest real estate network in Southeast Asia and the Middle East and North Africa region. So the beauty with the IQI Global is all the offices from the 15 countries, we all connected to each other. We all communicating with each other. So if you have followed our IQI Facebook Live or our Zoom conference, you have noticed that in the last maybe 2 to 3 months, we have different representative or speaker from different countries talking about investing overseas. So with IQI Global, not only you can invest in your own country, there is opportunity for you to invest globally as well. And like what I said, the beauty with IQI Global is because all the country agency are communicating with each other. So we know each other very well and we can look after you as an investor. So your investment will be well looked after by two teams basically. So if you're from Australia, we'll look after you, and then your properties will be well looked after by the agency in the other country as well. Anyway, enough about IQI, and tonight is a very exciting night that we get to talk about one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world and also one of the most remarkable global destinations to visit, Dubai. Yeah, and when I look at the video just then, that brought me back to about this time last year, I was actually in Dubai, and probably about two weeks from today, basically. And yeah, Omar, that was the last time I saw you in person. But you know, with Zoom, technology these days, I don't feel like, you know, we haven't seen each other for long. I see you quite regularly in our, you know, conference, Zoom meeting, anything that bring all the leaders together. So anyway, tonight we have the privilege to invite Omar from our Dubai office to share investing in Dubai with us. So Omar is the director of IQI Dubai, which was established around 4 years ago. And Omar has a combined professional experience in real estate, banking, and international trade, and spending nearly 2 decades. Yeah, he looks very young still anyway, so. Now, he has been in the real estate for about 9 years, so 4 years with the IQI network. Omar and IQI Dubai is operating in one of the most sought after city in the world. So his network of investor and a developer that he worked with are massive. I have personally witnessed that last year when I went to Dubai for the Cityscape Expo. The people that Omar work with are amazing. The product that they present is just beyond my imagination. Anyway, I would like to pass the time now to Omar, who will share about Dubai properties with us. So Omar, to you now. Thank you so much.
Leanne, first and foremost, thanks a big bunch for that absolutely wonderful introduction, especially reminding me about my age. But still, it's an absolute honor and absolutely wonderful opportunity to be able to bond with you, like you mentioned, one more time. But at the same time, we're able to mix a little bit of work along with all the fun that we've been having online, like you mentioned. Dubai is definitely open for business, and as soon as things get smoothened out, I'm pretty sure we all will be back here having an absolute wonderful time. Quickly on to the subject, I'm going to share my screen with all of you, and what I'll be doing is I'll be taking a quick presentation for you. Hope you can see it. All right, good thumbs up. Basically, what I'm about to show you is 3 photographs. The photograph on your screen right now is the founder of the UAE. Dubai is a part of the UAE. This is His Highness Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who, in a sense, basically incorporated and got UAE into formation. Then we have his son, who is now the ruler of, who's the president of the UAE. And then at the same time, we have His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, who is the prime minister and the vice president of the UAE. And basically, this dynamic family is behind the rise and the success of Dubai, what we are seeing today. Now, the UAE consists of essentially 7 emirates, and it was founded on 2nd December 1971. Abu Dhabi is the capital city of the country, and Dubai, as everybody knows now, is known for luxury shopping, ultra-modern architecture, a very lovely, lively nightlife scene, and obviously the tremendous investment options that keeps coming up for investors from all across the globe. The 6 other emirates which comprise of the UAE are basically Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, and Fujairah. And the Emirates of Dubai is located on the southeast coast of the Persian Gulf and is one of the 7 emirates that make up the whole country. It has the largest population in the UAE and the 2nd largest land territory by area after the capital of Abu Dhabi. Very quickly, I'm going to show you a couple of snapshots just to show what has happened here in, let's say, the last decade or so. If you can see on screen, on the left, you are seeing a satellite photo of what the coastline of Dubai looked like in 1990. And on the right side, you're seeing a satellite photo of what the coastline of Dubai is looking like today, especially with the structures that you're seeing in the sea, which are all man-made. We'll get to that in a minute. Another snapshot I'll share with you guys just to show what has happened in terms of the development of real estate. This is a picture taken in the year 2000. And this is something which is probably seen by very few people. I will not name the location, what it is today. I'll show you one more photo. It's essentially what you're seeing today. This is what it looked like a good 50 years back. This actually is today's Sheikh Zayed Road. This is what it looks like. This photo was taken in 2016, which is for the Dubai Marina. And this is your modern day Sheikh Zayed Road, which is the main artery of Dubai, which connects onto Abu Dhabi and is the main highway through which we commute all over Dubai. So this whole construction magnificence that you have seen has happened primarily, you can see, in the last 10 years alone. So Dubai moved at a pace where probably other countries will take 20 years or more, and we managed to do it in just a short span of 10 years. Now, Dubai today ranks as the 3rd best investment destination in the world, which I think is a pretty remarkable achievement for a country which has rapidly grown in such a short time frame. These are some snapshots that I'm sharing with you. These are for Dubai landmark areas. The first photograph that you're seeing is the Dubai Marina, which is an affluent residential neighborhood known for the beach at the JBR leisure complex. It has dining and sandy stretches to relax on, smart cafes, pop-up craft markets, which line the waterside promenade and the Dubai Marina Walk. While the Dubai Marina is packed with chain and luxury fashion brands, also upscale yacht cruises through the large man-made marina where activities ranging from jet skiing to skydiving happen all over. I think Lily really wants to go for a skydiving lesson very soon, and the next time she's in Dubai. This photo, this photo is for the iconic Burj Khalifa, and it's a panoramic shot which shows to you what it looks like from a couple of distance away. Now, very quickly, I'm going to give you a couple of snapshots. By the way, the Dubai tourism, this area is the booming tourism hub, which is primarily, again, because of the Burj Khalifa skyscraper with this observing deck and the dancing Dubai fountains, where crowd gathers to watch music and light shows and eat. So the sprawling Dubai Mall offers global fashion brands and casual eateries at an absolutely wonderful sight. Because of such features, I'll be showing a couple of more later on in the slides, but I'm just sharing some numbers with you where Dubai tourism as of 2019, it's a visitors performance report by Source Market as of YTD May 2019. If you can see the percentage of tourists which have been flocking over into Dubai, you are getting from Western Europe a good 22%, from Southeast Asia 16%, and another 12% from the North Asian side. Then you have from the Russian or the CIS states or the Eastern Europe state a good 10%. The MENA region comprises of about 10% as well. Australia is also there, but it's also at 2%. So that's something probably which Leanne and Lily and me, we need to get a little bit more driving to bring it up numbers for the tourists to come over to Dubai and enjoy. So in totality, the total international guests from, let's compare from 2018 to 2019, it's about 7.16 million. That's the number of tourists which have been coming over to Dubai last year. Now, again, the performance report, if you break it down in terms of the nationalities which have been coming over, India ranks number first. Then you have the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Then you have UK. After UK, the biggest jump that we saw in the last year and a half was actually from China. Chinese tourists are now ranked as number 4 in terms of coming into Dubai and visiting the place quite often. And then you have the Oman, Russian, Germany, USA, Pakistan, and France, which is capping off the top 10. In fact, again, Australia is at number 16, where you get a lot of people coming in. In fact, probably my counterparts will not like it, but Australia is the head of Canada in terms of tourism into Dubai. So, like I say, if there is an immense range of nationalities and visitors coming in from literally across the globe into this city. It's an extremely cosmopolitan city. We have people of multiple ethnic race, multiple languages who are coming down here and they're feeling completely at home. In terms of cuisine, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of relaxation. So that probably is the reason why we see such a heavy footfall from tourists into Dubai. Another attraction which I wanted to share with you is, like I mentioned, this is the Burj Khalifa shot, which is taken from a vantage point of the Dubai Mall. So when you come down to Dubai Mall, right before the dancing fountains, this is the shot that you get. And a very quick sales pitch, if Leanne will allow me, the photos you see on your left are actually up for sale for the apartments. It's called Downtown Dubai. Another shot for the Dubai Mall, where a lot of tourists flock and stand and watch the Dubai Fountain show. This is the iconic Atlantic Hotel, which is built on the man-made crescent, or the palm as we call it. It's an absolute sight to be there and to enjoy the sights and sounds of this wonderful location. Next up, we have one of the biggest malls. Again, it's just an interior shot to show you how well the architecture is for most of the malls here. They are not all just brick and mortar. They are very aesthetically done. And there are certain themes which are built up for different malls for people and visitors to come and enjoy themselves. This one again, the one and only Burj Al Arab, the one and only 7-star hotel that we have available. We've been fortunate enough to visit it quite a number of times with the IQI family that keeps visiting us. So it's truly an experience to observe it from outside and also from the inside. Not to mention the number of prawns and lobsters you get, where Anthony and Lily were falling in love with. I know she's gonna come after me after this. All right, this one is one of my personal favorites. It's called, basically you get a full operational ice mall or an ice rink. It's called the Dubai Ice Rink, where you can go any time of the whole year, 365 days. You will get snowfall. You can go for making a snowman and basically enjoy ice and be in absolutely freezing weather while the world outside looks on to you and sees how you enjoy yourself. This is one of the new additions. It's called the Butterfly Garden. It's our extremely beautiful botanic garden which has been built up, and one of the most fantastic landmarks which is in this particular garden is that Emirates airline, a replica of a proper full-fledged airplane, has been built entirely out of flowers. So that's something worth watching, I'm sure. Last and not least, for the family and the little ones, Legoland Dubai. Along with that, we have probably another 6 theme parks, which are all operational and available here for the family and the little ones to come down, enjoy, and basically have a good, memorable time. Leanne, if you want, I can get you a discount for the tickets. This is the latest edition. It's really nice. Since you mentioned, I've been here for quite some time. This is called the Dubai Frame. Now, the essence of this particular landscape is when you stand on either side of the frame, you can see 2 different versions of Dubai, which we called, one is called New Dubai and the other one is called Old Dubai. So depending on which side of the frame you're standing on is going to give you an extremely beautiful snapshot. You can either do it from the camera or watch it from the naked eye, and you can see how the city looks in 2 different versions simply by altering your point of view. It's really nice. It's built up glass. If you're not afraid of heights, again, if you can go to the Burj Khalifa, you can definitely go on this one on the top lane, and it's entirely, the floor is built of glass. So when you're walking, you're literally walking on air. So that again is something which you really should not miss out once you're in Dubai. One of the personal favorites for me and my family, this is called the Global Village. This is an absolute extravaganza for foodies, people who like to eat a lot of different cuisine, and for people who like to have nice open areas for rides and for enjoyment with the entire family. You get a good 60 to 70 countries who come and showcase their products, their retail products and the cuisine over here. And this particular fair runs for a good 5 to 6 months every year. All right, so along with the tourism, now we get down to business. Now, this is one particular Dubai project which I'll share with you. Before I do, sorry, I forgot. These are quickly, I'm showing you 4 shots. On the top left is what you see, what we just saw, the Atlantis is called the Palm Jumeirah. It is actually built by Nakheel. It is located on the Jumeirah coastal area within Dubai. I put down some numbers here, but like I said, we'll not go into nitty-gritty at the moment. On the top right, what you get is the Dubai World Central, the new airport which is being built up. It is one of the largest airports in the whole Gulf area. On the bottom left, a very, very active area for offices to be operating on. It's called Business Bay, which is quite near to the the Burj Khalifa. In fact, you can even see it on the line. And on the bottom right is basically a collection of 300 private islands in the shape of continents. This project is located off the coast of Dubai. Each island will range from 250 to 900,000 in square footage, with 50 to 10 meters of water between each island. Now, it's basically surrounded, it got a width of 6 kilometers in the particular island that you have available for sale, and it's surrounded by an oval-shaped breakwater. The only means of transportation between the islands will be the marine or the air transport. So basically, you're getting a man-made world map right next on the coastline of Dubai, a private island to call your own. We already have fantastic celebrities from all across the globe who are owning property here. Very famous footballers, very famous movie stars. They already have properties over here. The Dubai Metro project is something which I'd really like to share with you guys very quickly again. The Dubai Metro is basically a rapid transit rail network in Dubai. It consists of two lines as of now, the red line and the green line. Both of them are operational. It started its operation in September 9, 2009. There are a total number of 49 stations. You have 29 on the red line and 20 on the green line. And there are about 3 more which are already under construction and nearing the completion stage. That is because of the expo which will be happening next year now in October. Those lines will be feeding the expo site directly. So this has been an absolute plus point for all the residents and the tourists who come down to visit Dubai. The metro is a definite plus for you to be conveniently moving about all over the city seamlessly. Now, like we were saying, when you are looking at investments in Dubai or when you're looking at projects in Dubai, I've made a very, very simple chart here for you. Let's just call it the buying process flow. Initially, what I'm showing you is the sub-sales or the ready properties process flow. It starts off with obviously the product presentation or the unit presentation, where you go down, have a viewing of the particular property, see whether you like it or not. Should you like it, you move on to point number C, where you negotiate on the pricing and other details to get the confirmation. Once that particular stage is completed, you submit your documentations in order to prepare a contract, where you prepare the memorandum of understanding, MOU. Once that is signed, the down payment or the security deposit takes place. Then you fix up a particular timeline where both the buyers and sellers meet up in the government offices and complete the transactions and get possession of the property, or the transfer happens. It's very simple, extremely smooth. In fact, now it's mostly online process for the sub-sales or for the secondary projects that we do in Dubai. On the off plan, the process flow is again extremely simple, very fast. Whatever project we are looking at, we do a presentation of that with the prospects or the client. If need be, we will do the viewing of the project, show them the actual site, show them the show unit, show them the details and presentations. Once a particular unit is confirmed, you negotiate and confirm on the pricing, and then you quickly put down a booking deposit. Once the booking deposit is done, your SPA, which is essentially your sales and purchase agreement, that's drafted out. The buyer signs on it, the seller or the developer signs on it. And then depending on the terms and conditions which have been offered and agreed on, the buyer continues payment as per a payment plan or whatever terms have been decided. One more thing which we keep in mind, which is applicable for the residents of UAE as well as foreigners, is that you can get bank financing on these projects upon completion of the project. So if you need to be getting a bank finance, that option is also very easily and readily available. So all in all, this is the buying process which I just showed to you. Extremely simple, and like I said, now it's become even more smoother because most of all the documentary processes are getting done online. Literally at the click of a button, the transaction is getting done. So the process flow, like I said, can happen maybe as quick as within 7 days. Now, a buyer's guideline is what I'm showing to you guys here, is basically essentially a normal standard payment plan for a project goes for about 40 to 60% as a down payment. Or if there's a post-handover plan, then obviously that is looked at. The financing, which I just mentioned to you, is available from local banks. For foreigners or for international investors, the range can be approximately anywhere between 50 to 60%, depending on the documentation which is being presented. The biggest one, which obviously comes around and appeals to everybody, that there is no tax applicable. It is a tax haven. When you buy transactions or when you get a property which is a residential property, it is a tax haven. You do not pay tax on this particular one. A couple of schemes which have been started, which is, as you can read, it's a long-term visa for various categories, ease of company formation. The business-friendly government policies is something which a lot of people are extremely gravitated to. You can essentially finish off a property ownership transaction within one single day. And now with the long-term visas which are applicable, you can get visas which are either related to the properties. So once you buy a property, you're also eligible to be having a long-term visa to stay in the country of the, or Dubai or any other state that you wish to stay in. For the Australian investors, one quick one is basically one United Arab Emirates dirham is equivalent to about 0.38 Australian dollar. I've mentioned here very quickly the high rental yield is something which a lot of investors have always looked at when they do investments in the UAE. That is still applicable depending on which particular project you've selected on. Now, Dubai partners, very quick snapshot I'm giving you, basically, that you can go for any of these particular developers. IQI Dubai is registered with all of them, and in fact, much more. And you can pick the particular project that you're looking at, if it is an off-plan project, or even if it is a ready project, and we can facilitate you for the whole transactions. Now, this is the project which we are currently looking at. It's called the Mag City, or should I say to you, welcome to the Mag City. See, Mag City is an integrated master plan development in the District 7 of the city. It's being the largest gated community in the area of Maidan. Currently, it is offering spacious 2, 3, and 4-bedroom townhouses, as well as an option for 1 to 2-bedroom apartments and fully furnished studios. The studios essentially are all sold off pretty much by now. There are 694 luxurious townhouses in this particular project. Each and every townhouse is a part of a fabric that weaves a unique tapestry of modern urban life. This project is literally within 8 minutes drive from downtown or from Burj Khalifa. And you can see in the illustration, it's there at the back. It's very easily accessible. And you will be having a metro connectivity further down into the future, which will obviously enhance the lifestyles for it. Now, from a location point of view, I've just added a very quick map, which is giving you the idea that the area where you see the M is where the actual project is. And when you see on your left, you can see hospitality. Under the hospitality, you've got a number of hotels which are within driving distance. Then under the category of leisure, like we saw in the previous slide, we've got Dubai Mall, the Water Canal, the Medan Grandstand. the IMG World of Adventures, the Global Village, the Dubai Autodrome, all of them, again, within a short driving span from this particular project. If you are keen on healthcare, you've got at least 4 to 5 hospitals, which are again within a couple of minutes drive. If you are somebody who's looking for residence near to a commercial hotspot, you've got again another 3 to 4 areas in Dubai, which are going to be easily accessible to you. Education, obviously, the very, very strong and appealing point for a lot of investors, for their families. Again, from this project, you've got areas which are known as the Knowledge Village, the North Anglia International School, the King's School of Al Barsha, and 2 more which have opened up. In fact, we had about almost 2 months ago, one of the first schools which opened up, which is entirely with a Chinese curriculum, and for the Chinese population in Dubai, it is catering to them. That again also probably is not more than 10 minutes drive from here. If you're a golf enthusiast, you've got 3 world-class golf courses, again, within a span of 15 to 18 minutes, where you can reach and enjoy your round of golf. Just a quick community shot. I told you on your left, what you see is the Maidan horse racing grandstand, which happens every once a year. And on the right side is the illustration of the community which you're seeing. It is a gated community. So this is how it looks on a panoramic view. Now, these are the interior shots. We've got extremely warm interiors. Each home is tastefully designed with furnished spaces, with large window, wide open areas. Every townhouse features elegant interiors, exquisitely finished and designed to give the occupants the ultimate sense of comfort. Obviously, these are 2 different renderings from 2 different type of townhouses. So whichever features you like, you can choose and obviously enjoy yourselves in this community. You get adventure in every corner. These beautiful themed areas will appeal to every age and interest, whether it's a relaxing green enclave for a family, or a place to benefit for some exercise, or if you want a buzzing skate park, beach-inspired landscape, the whole gated community is going to be giving you all of these facilities. Again, just a couple of random shots to show you that it's a space for every occasion, for the families, where you feel a sense of belonging as you spend afternoons with friends, families, and whether you choose to watch an outdoor movie perhaps, or maybe you savor the flavors of your community. This is a place you will definitely enjoy making bonds with sociable activities. Down to the numbers very quickly. Keep in mind, these pricings are subject to availability, because this project surprisingly is selling very fast. So for a 2-bedroom townhouse, which is getting priced, is selling at roughly US dollars about 326,000. A 3-bedroom townhouse will be selling at about 400,000 plus, and a 4-bedroom townhouse will be selling at about 695 odd. The handover for this project is happening in Q1 2022. The payment plan, which is again, like I mentioned earlier, you get a 40-60% construction, 40% during construction, 60% on handover. Should you want to have a post handover plan, that can be looked at, again, subject to availability. Again, this is a very quick breakdown of what the project looks like in terms of a payment plan, how you make the payment. If you're booking the project with a 10% down payment, then we can break down the remaining 40% into as simple as 5%, which keep coming up after every particular time. Once the project is ready, approximately, the tentative timeline right now is, like I said, first quarter of 2022. That's when you pay the remaining amount. Very quickly, we come on to the other project that we have. This is in another vicinity of the city of Dubai. The first project was a townhouse project. This one is an apartment building project. The location for this particular project is called Jumeirah Village Circle. Now, or as we commonly call it here in Dubai, JVC. It is an emerging neighborhood in Dubai with a mix of established and under construction project. It's a freehold development where the master developer is Nakil. It is having built over an area of about 870 hectares, and it offers its residents with amenities required for a luxurious lifestyle in a tranquil setting. It is located on Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, which is between the Hessa and the Al Khair Road. Now, this is the JVC. In a nutshell, you get whatever you need for day-to-day life. You get facilities for prayers, kindergarten, nurseries, schools, clinics, community retail centers, exercise areas, recreational sites, children play area, and fitness centers, basketball, tennis courts. All of these exercise and entertainment facilities are available to you within this master community. From a location point of view, again, I'm giving you a very simple aerial shot. For reference, the Atlantis that we looked at, that is available on the Palm Jumeirah. And where you see Jumeirah Village written right here is basically the whole project is. This is where the master development is. It's one of the prime areas, again, where you see a lot of transactions happening because this area is easily accessible to a lot of tourists who wish to be going and visiting the Dubai Marina side, but at the same time, they want to be living a little bit farther away to enjoy other areas. For the residents of Dubai and even the other cities, this particular location is extremely appealing because of its costing, because of the convenience of traveling up and down on a daily basis. That's primarily why projects here move quite fast. Just a quick interior snapshot to show you what the project looks like. Now, a fact sheet which I presented here, there are a total of 268 units. You will be having 2 basements, 1 ground, and 4 floors. So it's not a high-rise building. It's going to be a very simple G+4 building with a particular area which is going to be covered off. This is a shot of a 1-bedroom apartment, which is on display for anybody wishing to come and have a look. This is for the master bedroom. This is an illustration showing you about the pool which is available on the site. This is an actual photograph of the project, which is in the last stages of development right now. So this is an exterior shot. This is me standing there and showing that how it looks from within the vantage point. Forgive the bad photography. This is the pool that I just showed you in illustration. It's already in set. We just need to get a bathing suit and hop in, I guess. All right, simple normal payment plan. It's again, in this particular project, it's 30% during construction and 70% on handover. You do a down payment of 15%, which basically consists of 10% at the down payment, 4% DLD, and the government fees. But during the construction, you can follow the remaining 30% in a 5%, 5%, 5% breakdown, and the 70% post handover can be done. If you like, we can even structure post handover plans, which can range from 3 years to 5 years and more. So basically, in that scenario, you have a ready property where you have paid a 30% down payment, and the remaining amount you can structure it without the need of banking finance and very quickly take it all the way up to 3, 4, 5 years with the developer directly. Quick snapshot from my side. Basically, 10 years ago, there was a sudden crash, which everybody is aware of. Prices have been correcting from time to time in the city of Dubai for several years. In fact, during those if you can call it, during that time frame, a lot of fortune has been made by various investors, particularly those who bought in 2006 and sold in 2008, then again who bought in 2011 and sold in 2014 and 15. So because of all of this cycle that I have witnessed personally, I still say very firmly that there is a lot of steam still available in this particular market. As cliched as it sounds, as always, when we who are in this business, we always emphasize that if you're looking to buy, the right time to buy is obviously now, once you've done your market analysis. So you just click on the button to buy, and you never know, you will hit the jackpot, same as the draws that we get here from from all the lottery tickets. And that's the wrap from my side. If you have any questions for the particular projects, if you have any queries that you wish to know generically about Dubai properties, Leanne, Lily, wonderful set of team members I have. They're obviously available, and I'm sure they'll do a much more better job in explaining to you than I did. I'll just stop sharing my screen for a second. All right.
Thank you so much, Omar. That sounds so exciting. And sounds like Lily and I and Yusuf as well, have a big job to do. Let's forget our properties, eh? We should just focus on tourism. Let's bring more people to Dubai from Australia and Canada.
Absolutely. Let's not forget Thailand and Cambodia and Vietnam and the whole gang. Otherwise, they'll be after us, especially India as well.
I'm sure they're all listening to it now. Yeah. So let's see if we have any question from the chat.
Sure.
I have this very lovely comment here. Say, "Oh, a great presentation. Some new facts about Dubai that I don't know." So yeah, we're learning new things every day. So that's exciting. I really have a few questions. I think some of them you have actually already answered during your presentation, but one of them is about lending. It sounds like, yes, the bank in Dubai was happy to lend to overseas buyers. Do you mind just give us some idea what sort of like loan term is available, like how many years and what sort of interest rate that we're looking at in general?
Generically, the LTV, the loan to value that gets sanctioned from any particular bank, it will depend on the applicant in terms of whether the applicant is self-employed or a salaried. By salaried, I mean anybody who's working for an MNC corporation and they wish to settle back into Dubai, and the company is giving them a certain remuneration. So the bank obviously evaluates that and then gives them the exposure that they're looking at. The interest that we're looking at, it will obviously change from time to time. At current rate, I guess it can range in a broad spectrum, probably anywhere between, depending on whether you're transferring your salary, depending whether you're not transferring your salary, and a whole lot of other factors come in, but ranging from 3.6 to probably about anything under 5%.
Yeah.
You have a host of banks which are operational in Dubai, local banks and international banks. So you, at the time of your buying, or rather before that, we have good connections with all of them. What we normally do is we give the clients, if I may call it, a buffet of options to choose from.
Yeah.
And then whatever suits them best, they can choose.
That's good to hear. I guess like what you said, the long term, it depends on, you know, your work, yes, your background and all these things. Yeah, and at least I know there is a good range of loan product that people can choose from. That's exciting. I noticed that you were talking about for off the plan purchase, the loan will be done at completion. Is it possible to do it before, or bank prefer to lend it at completion?
No, banks will principally be lending you once the project is complete, because once it's completed, only then you can actually present them an ownership document against which they'll do an evaluation and give you the exposure they need. So that to be the same as looking at a ready property. The only difference is the time frame. If you're looking at a property, obviously you're looking at it, you like it, you book it, and you finish the transaction through the bank.
Yeah.
If it's an off-plan project, then you will have to wait in the time frame that it is getting ready, and then the
Yeah.
banking aspect comes in.
Yeah, so similar to Australia then, so the loan will be at completion. I know in some country they will do it when the construction started or like at the beginning of the project. But anyway, that's good to know. And I heard that you're about the secondary project. So is there, doesn't sound like there is restriction for foreign investor to buy second-hand property in Dubai?
For foreigners to buy a second or a ready property, you mean?
Yeah, yeah,
No restriction whatsoever.
that's nice. Yeah, so basically they
Basically,
can buy whatever they
it's a very
want.
open model that we have here. When anybody, like I said, flies into the country, they have a couple of, they have a budget in mind,
Yeah.
and they obviously get in touch with anybody who's giving them reliable information. They will do a tour of a particular area, see a particular project or a particular apartment or a house that they like, and once that has been shortlisted, automatically then the transaction bit takes into place. So there is no restriction in terms of whether you are not a resident of the UAE, you cannot buy a
Yeah.
property. Predominantly, we get a lot of people, like I said, from all across the globe who are buying properties over here. They take them up as properties, they take them up as keeping a second home for themselves. They pick them up, and I've seen a lot of people using them as Airbnb models because they used to keep frequently traveling. After COVID, I don't know how the scenario is going to be playing out, to be very honest. But even then, still, one thing I'll quickly share with you. When we were going through our COVID scenario over here, we're still taking a lot of precautions. But the good thing is that, surprisingly, during that time frame, the Airbnb projects were running at full booking.
Wow.
And it's not, it's documented. I've seen it by my own self. All the projects which were there at prime locations, they were fully booked for 3 months, 4 months at a stretch. There was no vacancy.
Wow. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that basically shows, again, it's, a lot of people say that we keep repeating the same dialogue, location, location, location. If you got the right location at the right price, it's a winner.
Yeah, true. Very true. It's all about location. Yeah. That kind of bring into my second question. We are talking about a lot of people buy and invest in Dubai. Most of them use it as a second sort of like holiday home.
Yes.
If say for example, if an investor want to buy it for a long term, like renting, is it something that IQI Dubai will be providing? Like, do you do property management services in your office?
See, that is a classic model that you buy a property and you're probably not a resident of the city. But again, I didn't share it with you guys because it had yet to be officially announced, all the modalities of it. I'm just coming to your question by explaining to you that how easy it is for international investors to come in and out of the country. Dubai is looking at even issuing out a visit visa for a longer time frame. Normally, it used to be for 3 months, or maybe even you could extend it for another 3 months. They are looking at probably a good 5 years.
Wow,
So
5 years.
Once you get an endorsement of the visa, you can keep coming in and out of the country for a period of 5 years. There are some details which have to be obviously cleared off and then announced, but this is what we're expecting. So when you have ease of doing business, ease of movement to such an extent, and then obviously that will automatically promote people to come here more often. The income property section, if you're looking at, or even if we are looking at managing a property, we do that, or if we are not able to do that because of supply and demand, we have good channel partners who are taking care of it very nicely.
Yeah.
So both the options are available.
Yeah, that 5 years visa is gonna be a big hit.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I think it should be formalized pretty much soon, but we heard a lot of rounds about it. So let's wait and see when it gets properly announced.
Yeah, so that will be still a visitor visa category, yes? It's not like a permanent residency. Yeah.
No, residency is, again, there is something in talks. Let me just say that once it gets then we can probably talk about it. But yes, there are a lot of options that you can obviously consider. You've been to Dubai, unfortunately, not a lot of time, but the couple of times you were there, I was really happy to see and receive your feedback in terms of, you know, the comfort you felt in terms of cuisine, the comfort you felt in terms about moving about, the infrastructure and everything. I hope you were genuinely impressed and you liked it.
Yeah, no, it has been perfect.
Thank you for that. It's a whole, you come down here, you see such a fantastic living space. Why wouldn't you want a piece of it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I remember when I was there last year, there's maybe I don't know if I have misinterpreted about it. If you can buy
Yeah.
property in Dubai and get a permanent residency in Dubai, is that such thing or that's my imagination?
When you buy a property, you can get a residency, which is linked to your property. So as long as you have a property, you'll get a residence permit, which is renewable after a time frame of 2 years or 3 years.
Mm.
And it's as good as basically, you know, you being a permanent resident, like what we all have here in the Gulf state. We have residencies which get renewed from time to time.
Okay. Yeah.
Those residencies are linked to the properties that you buy.
Yeah. And is there any price limit for that? I mean, it's a certain price range property or
You're
anything?
looking at in dirhams value, probably about 1 million dirhams and above, or
Yeah.
1.5 million.
Okay. I think Lily is going to look into that because he got to go there and do a skydiving lesson.
I'm sure I'm going to be getting a call as soon as we finish this meeting.
Guess what? She's not coming into the next cityscape. She will refuse to go. So don't wait for us.
I can get a couple of fantastic options, especially for the IQI family. Don't worry about that.
Oh, good on you. We're coming next year then.
Zero commission from you guys.
Sorry?
Zero commission from you guys. No problem.
Okay, let me see. Is there any other new question in the chat room? Samsak has a question. How much it costs for holding property, like a property tax? There's no tax, Samsak.
Boss, for you, we got it waived off. Don't worry.
Samsak Omo will look after your properties very well.
Yeah.
Samsak is our director from IQI Thailand. Sorry, what did you say?
Lian asked Samsung when we went to Thailand, he didn't give us a tax waiver. I'm giving him a tax waiver.
Oh, good one. Yeah. So is there any other fees that as an investor that we need to pay, like other than, you know, buying the property, yeah, you know, just the fees for the properties? Is there any ongoing annual fees that investors should be aware of when they're invested in Dubai?
I guess predominantly there's just one particular fee, if you want to call it, or service charges, if you want to call it. Once you have, when you are an owner of a property, the maintenance of the property is done by the master developer, and for that you need to pay service charges to the developer from time to time, probably once a quarter or once every 6 months.
Okay. Like that.
It's very right. It's not something which comes out of the blue and is massively done. No, in fact, even that has been more regulated in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Everything is done now digitally. So it's extremely smooth. Apart from this particular aspect, that if you have a property, there are service charges which is applicable and you pay to the developers or the master developers. Predominantly after that, there's not really much.
Yeah. Sounds too perfect.
It's too simple actually, but that's the whole beauty of it. That they've kept the process flow extremely step 1, 2, 3. Thank you, you're done.
Yeah.
I remember I've been probably lucky enough to finish off transactions in as good as maybe 4 hours.
I know when you say can be done in a day, like now you say 4 hours, that is amazing. That is so efficient. Yeah. So yeah.
We work toward that. Once, you know, we get a client, we know what they profile it, what they need to do, what particular property, what are the documentations, how do you prepare for it, do the presentation, get all the papers in place. So what happens mostly, these are international visitors. So they're going to fly down into the city, probably for a time span of maybe a day. So everything is ready in advance. They've pre-selected the property. If we need to do a tour of the property before actual deposit, that also gets done, and then immediately move on uh, towards the trustee offices where we sit down with the sellers, finalize, do the transactions. Thank you.
Wow, efficient. Yeah. So next time when I transit in Dubai, I mean, Omar, I'll come and visit you. Help me go buy property, yeah?
I'll keep the appointment open for you, madam.
All right. I think we do not have any more questions from the chat. Once again, thank you so much, Omar, for sharing your knowledge with us today. It's a privilege, and thank you for sharing all this beautiful photo about Dubai as well. All this development are so amazing. And yes, thank you so much for taking the time. And let me just quickly.
For having me.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for having me. Before I go, I have one quick question from you, Leanne.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Which was the actual photograph that I was showing you about the attractions that you would like to come and visit the next time you're in town?
Can I say Legoland?
I knew that was gonna come. No problem. I'll get the ticketing done.
No, I'm just joking. But yes, Legoland. The butterfly, the new butterfly. What you got for the butterfly garden? Yeah.
The best time to visit that is probably starting maybe this month till March.
Yeah. Yeah.
God willing, if things get normalized, we should be seeing each other face to face, all of us, pretty soon.
I know, finger crossed. Yeah, hopefully next year we get to go visit again. Or yeah, next year. So it's already end of the year. Yeah. And
like I said
next
before,
year,
I love the background you have. You're already over the moon. I'm just waiting to join.
Yes, I am over the moon already. Yeah.
Thank you one more time for your time and for the opportunity. It's been absolutely wonderful to see you and Lily and the whole team online again.
Yeah.
Dubai is always open for business with all our family offices, like I say, all across the globe. That's a heartfelt thank you to all of you.
Thank you so much, Omar. I just got to do one quick advertisement for IQI Australia. So in 2 weeks' time, same time, we will have another talk on the best property investment scheme from Australia. So from Australia government. So if you're interested to find out this scheme, how can you maximize your investment yield through this scheme that provided by Australia government, join us, which is on the 23rd of October at 8 o'clock same time. Yeah. Once again, thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you, Omar. Yeah, next time when I come to Dubai, I'll make sure I stay a little bit longer, not 3 days.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
See you. Goodbye.